Hey guys, so good evening. Welcome back to another edition of our Stocks by Request, where we feature, we analyze, and we talk about the top stocks that you guys requested via social media on the lens of technical analysis. So for this video, I'm going to talk about PHA BDO, ACEN, APL, BSC, Globe, and Ayala Land. And on the next video, an hour after this, in my second channel, we will talk about MRC, Dito, AC, SM Prime, SM, Jollibee, and Mary Mart. So if you guys are interested and excited, comment I'm excited, but we're gonna tackle the first seven stocks right now and the next seven stocks an hour after in my second channel. So before I go with those individual stocks, let's look at the PSEI first. We saw the PSEI close at 7273, closing up 0.42% with 10.29 billion worth of volume. So if you look at it here, no, over the trajectory of the past few months, it's still moving in its consolidatory range, similar to what we talked about yesterday. It's still at the resistance of 7,307, and it's still currently consolidating right now. We're also seeing the flattening of the 20-day moving average, and we're also seeing MACD also flattening, showing and giving more of an ideology that, hey, it's still consolidating. Still, also from a trend standpoint, from where we were in March, the main uptrend is still intact, but over the midterm, we are still seeing consolidation. So that's where we are from the PSEI. All eyes will be at the 7,307 mark, which is the resistance. And if you look at it, this was the PSEI today, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday, and last Friday. So if you look at it, nothing much has changed in terms of its movement since last week. So again, tomorrow, let's see if it breaks out. But if there's an indication for today, it tried to hit this particular resistance today, intraday, but it did not go above it. It did not break out. So for the fifth straight day, selling has been relevant in this particular resistance area. Anyways, let's start and begin individual stocks. So Ali closed at 40.30. It was slightly lower today with 0.2475% down. Value turnover is 376 million. So for Ali, this is how it looks. It, as you all know, no, the way the index goes is also the way these large cap stocks that are heavily bought by institutions, that are heavily bought by foreigners, that somehow have a large weight in the index. How they move influences and impacts the index as much as well. So this is how Ayala Land is and how it's progressing. It's also still in this range. So I just want to note this, that Ali closed at 40.3. The support is at 40.40. It dipped below today, but it got protected by the 50-day moving average. So look at it right here. No, it's so clear that today Ali got protected. It dipped and it went to a low of 39.15, but as it hit that low, it was where the 20-day moving average or the 50-day moving average was, which somehow worked wonders as a support that protected Ali from dipping further and causing boom buying to start to come up. But all eyes tomorrow will be at 40.4 because it's now the first day of the breakdown of Ali from the 40.4 mark, and we let's see for tomorrow if this area confirms itself as a level of resistance. Let's see, because if it does not go above 40.4, the narrative right now is it could retrace back down to the 38.12 level. And let's see also if the 50-day moving average will help protect it. But if not, we could possibly see Ali retrace to 38.12, which also naman, if you look at it here, still within the longer consolidatory move of Ali, which is where the support is for November, that started since November 13, 2020. Next stock that I'd like to talk about after Ali is we have Globe Telecom, which was quite interesting for the day. For today, Globe over the past few days did really have a lot of price movement, but for today had a large, massive move, close 2,130. And for those who attended their stock smart sessions, you know how bullish of a move this is when you have a large candlestick and you have those moving averages plotted all together. Then you also have this confirming it, then this also confirming all of this lining up together in this bullish move. That being said, also I'm stretching this out to show you the sideways trajectory of Globe. Uh, Next place that it would go to and attack is at least a 2234 level, which shows us, no, which poises us to the largest resistance that's out there. Then you have another one at the support. You have our support level at the 1926 level. So looking at how it broke out from the moving averages, it's quite bullish from that regard, with a large green large candlestick confirming it, plus GMMA and MACD also confirming it as well. So all eyes will be for tomorrow for the 2149 resistance. As you can see right here, no, it got blocked also today, that we saw it not go above that particular level. So current trend for Globe is it sideways. Resistances to look at, to watch out for Globe is 2149 and 2233 as our resistance level. So again, sideways Globe 1926 main support, resistance 2149, resistance 2233. It's currently being protected by the 2050 100-day moving average, where we saw it break out from that regard. So if it breaks out from this 2233 level, we could possibly see Globe break out from a very, very long and strong resistance that it has not broken out from for a very, 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 very long time already. So comment below if you're learning, and comment if this is something that is helping you and adding tremendous value to you. Now, BSC again is up massively. So BSC is up again 50%. Value turnover is high at 553 million. It closed at 1.05%. And it's continually progressing, no, based on the way I look at it from this perspective na lang is, uh, since it's very, very far already from breakout points, if you own the stock, signals that you could watch out for should you want to get specific areas where you want to take profit. Look at your MACDs, look at the RSI. RSI is still not crossing down right now. MACD is still not also crossing down. GMMA is also not crossing down. And even the distance from this to this, it's still quite far also, and this is our still our main underlying trend. And if you've been following my narrative and my style, no, I normally don't really try to look for where the highest point is. I'm okay kahit hindi ko siya mabenta sa pinakataas, as long as I follow whatever my signals are. So for you, if you're using MACD, stick to that. If you're using RSI, stick to that. If you're using GMMA, moving average, trend line, you can also stick to those signals that you are using. What's important is, please remember, BSC won't only be your only trade. You will have hundreds and thousands of trades. If you're my age and then you live up until 80, 90, 100, you have thousands of trades that are still lined up for you. So wag manghinayang if you were not able to get into this trade, or if you are into this trade also, you don't have to rush. You don't have to also look at saan kaya pinakatuktok nito, saan kaya pinaka-peak nito. What's important is, ano yung plano ko, hindi ako magiging emotional, susundan ko to the very letter. Now, ACEN, is quite interesting also because I mentioned this yesterday that it moved lower, uh, predominantly because of the SRO, predominantly because of the X date. That's why we saw a lot of price volatility, and that's why we saw it had have some movement downward over the past few days. But what's interesting also in everything that I'm talking about is ACEN moved up. As you can see, it closed up to 6.65. It's up 7.26%. Value turnover is respectable, fourth largest in the Philippines, 684 million. But here's the thing. Couple of things that you need to remember for at least for ACEN is, number one, the reason why it's up is it bounced off the 50-day moving average. And one of the reasons why it closed where it is at 6.65 is because it's still resting at where the resistance is, that what we place and peg. This is based off the breakout from December 21. Now, two things again to look out for support and resistance perspective. You still have your support right here, which is quite evident, 5.6 level. What protected it, as you can see here, intraday, no? Intraday, you saw ACEN drop to as low as 5.8. Our current support right here is at 5.7. So it touched it intraday. Support is a level where there's an area of buying. That's like boom, intraday it started to move up. Then it inched higher than the opening price to close, to give it a close at the 6.8 0.65 level, which is nestled at the resistance right now. So a couple of things that I'd like to mention is failure to break out from this particular resistance. Next possible area for it to go is maybe here. If it breaks out from the 20 from this particular resistance, next possible area to test is 7.48. If it doesn't break out tomorrow, next possible area to go back from is either the 50-day moving average or this particular 5.6 support level, which we are now looking at a very, very thin layer. No, the level is quite thin, so either it pushes higher and attacks the main resistance later on, or if we don't see this hold, then there might be a deeper lower movement for ACEN, which could bring it to the next support level at 4.46. So allow me to update you in the next few days and weeks, and I believe a lot of you guys are requesting this still, so we will still include this in whatever our analysis will be. Now for APL, allow me to zoom in a bit there. So if you look at APL today, it's up 19.15%. Value turnovers high again, 773 million, closed at 0.28. And what the reason why I'm saying this is that's it's so important to follow whatever your parameters are in spite of it having bad days. You have to remember stocks won't go up every day, and what's so important is to follow what your parameters are. And we've highlighted it yesterday that APL, even though there were red candles for 2 days straight, still did not break the 20-day moving average, still did not break the trend line that I posted here. Intraday lang siya, no? It opened here, which was lower, but boom, given that this is a level of support is where people are buying, it pushed higher still. So now, APL is still right back here. That's why we shouldn't panic whenever you see stocks get red candles. Normal lang magkaroon ng red day sa stock, and you should not panic and you should not sell because of that. You sell once your triggers are hit. Either this trend line gets hit, which it did not break below that trend line, which this 20-day moving average is still there. It did not break below this 20-day moving average. GMMA also is not showing us any sell signals. MACD is still not showing us any cross downs. Even the RSI also is not showing us any cross downs. The ability to wait and to have patience and the ability to accept that even if you take profits and it's not at the highest point, okay lang yun as long as any of those triggers that you're using, MA, GMMA, MACD, RSI, have all been hit, or any of those combinations have been hit as your sell signals, and that's when you start to sell, and that's when you start to take profits. Comment below if you're learning, and comment if this is something that's helping you. Anyways, couple of things. We're doing a technical analysis class, course, small group session. Links are in the description below. We're planning a Zoom session also maybe soon, and then we're doing an online course also soon. But if you want to know more about me, everything about me is there. We have playlists in YouTube in the description. They're all available. You can access anytime. Then we have books available via Shopee. Then for those who want to invest in US markets, you can do so via eToro. Link is in the description below as well. They have a virtual account that allows you to invest with $50 only to buy a stock. But if you're using the virtual account, they give you virtual money that you can use, and then you can actually simulate stocks as well, and then you can copy people. But all of that, just look at it in the description below. If you want to message me, two ways to DM: Patreon, send me a DM there, or Instagram at Marvin Gurmo. I try to reply to 25 messages a day. Although I've been getting 200 plus messages na parang halos pareho na siya kung nasan yung Facebook before. But I do my best. And pasensya na kung di ako nakaka-reply. Kung di ko kayo na-replyan, just resend it or send a comment to a picture na nag-DM kayo. It's easier for me to see it that way also. And yun. And then, if you guys are new to this, subscribe, smash the bell, press the like button for the YouTube algorithm to push this up. Anyways, BDO. So for BDO, it's up today, no, 113 pesos per share, up 1.35%. Value turnover is 804 million. And if you look at it right here, it's still, up until now, even though it's up, it still has not broken past the resistance. It still has not gone away from this sideways progression. So all eyes still for tomorrow or in the next few days, how this sideways progression will be and how it breaks past this resistance. So as you can see it right here, I intentionally placed this from March 2020 or Feb 2020, because we have seen BDO not go above this particular level. So all eyes will be on that, and boom, watch out for this. If it breaks past this, if it does, then the next possible resistance will be at the 139.48 mark. Failure to hold or break out from 114, possible area for it to retrace is the 98.2 mark. So at present, um, resistance is 114.98. Support is 98.92. Breakout will shift 114 to 114 to the support, and it will superimpose the next resistance at the 139.48 mark. Lastly, I want to end this with PHA. And this has been, aside from it having a lot of movement upward, no, this has been heavily requested from those that I saw palang sa DM. So there were like hundreds of messages asking for PHA. But anyways, PHA closed at 2.5 pesos per share. Up 11.76%. Top value turnover for the Philippine Stock Exchange at 952 million. And looking at it right here, the trend is still intact. Moving averages are still bullish. Trend lines are still pointing that it's in an uptrend. No reversal signal is in sight. GMMA MACD is not showing us any reversal signal yet. RSI, even though it's overbought, no signal yet that there's a cross down, that there might be some temporary movement or at least a signal for you to sell. So again, as of this point in time, if you are positioned in this, it would be great and amazing to exercise patience and wait for legitimate sell signals to come out. Even though there may be red candles, okay lang yun. As long as your sell signal, whether those be the 20-day moving average, the trend line, the GMMA, the MACD, or the RSI, regardless of what they are, when those signals emerge, that's when you sell. But when you see volatility or you see a red candle, you see a red day, but your signal to sell is not there, you don't need to do anything. The greatest way for you to profit from this is to sit and wait and sell when those sell signals come out. But while they are not there, you exercise patience. So that's what we talked about for this video. Ali, Globe, BSC, ACEN, APL, BDO, PHA, and we also talked about the Philippine Stock Exchange Index. In the next video, in my second channel, Stock Investing Made Easy, we're going to talk about MRC, DITO, AC, SM Prime, SM, JFC, and Mary Mart as well, which is coming out an hour after this is released. So there, just a reminder to everyone that I may talk a lot about these stocks, but please never ever buy this stock just because we talk about it here. Please do your own research. This video is to give you data. This video is to give you information. This video is not to instruct you na bilhin nyo na to kasi pinag-usapan namin dito. No, don't do that. You have to research and do it on your own. You have to research and do your own due diligence. You have to research and take the time to be able to build a skill for you to get better, because at the end of the day, it's your money, it's your responsibility. It has to be you who should create the framework on what area for you to buy, what area for you to sell, when should you hold, when should you avoid. But it takes time, research, and it's not get rich quick. A lot of people like the tips, like the picks, because they don't want to study, they don't want the experience, they want to get rich without taking the time for it. But I'm happy that we have 200 plus 206,000 subscribers here that are willing to get rich right, to get rich the right way, to get rich by building and learning the process as well. So that's it for now. If you like this video, appreciate it if you could press the thumbs up, because it greatly helps the YouTube algorithm. And if you're staying up until the end, the same way, comment I stayed till the end. Comment 18, 18, 18, 18, 18, 18. Or if you just want to support the video, comment I'll go, 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 I'll go. And I guess that's it for now. See you all in an hour. This is Marvin Germo. I hope this video helps you. Trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, and God bless you all.